Hello, everybody. My name is Troy. Welcome to the 30 episode recap thing. It has been, oh my gosh, just fantastic to be the person at the receiving end of this fan. Oh my gosh, it's just there. Let me recap for you what's happened within 30 episodes. And you should be watching in the background. I'm just having little snippets of major events kind of that have happened in the last 30 episodes. And hopefully, I'm probably going to have 30 more at the rate this is going. So we'll see. But Dark Souls has been a very important focal point for this channel. And man, I want to thank our Dark Souls, which is more or less kind of gave me a really good leg up when I started out here. You guys, a lot of you, I think, are from there, and some of you guys, check in to see what I'm doing, and I've gathered a decent, there are probably a dozen of you that I see comment every once in a while. Some of you comment almost every single episode, and thank you for that. That's the thing that keeps me going right now. It's not because I want to beat Dark Souls. I want to beat Dark Souls so bad, but it's just sometimes that game is very tough. It's a game that's supposed to be tough. It's meant to be tough, and you are all along on the struggle bus with me. It's to kind of give you an example of how I envision this. You're all in it with me. And you all there's some of you almost feel like you have a stake in it too. I can kind of sense that, and for me it's challenging because I don't know how long this is gonna go, and if I can actually pull it off. That's kind of like I found a candy cane. Now I'm chewing on it. I should have not have done that. It's interesting to see the feedback I'm getting because I ran another channel that I just had for fun that I had since 2006, and I got 400 subscribers or so on that over the course of 10 years. Wow, God, that was a weird sentence. And I decided I wanted to make a different channel that was meant to be the platform for what I always had hoped and envisioned that hobby could come to. And I think that it's safe to say that Let's Plays are kind of a flavor of the moment sort of thing. But I've been doing stuff like that for many years, and kind of even before, because I remember Let's Plays as like those things that you got at Something Awful. Where someone would play a game and they'd be very, very creative, and that's what I see as like a really like a fun, like not a Let's Play video, but like a Let's Play is. I think of like that really awesome Animal Crossing Let's Play where he kind of like creates a story for like all the things in the background and everything. That's awesome. That's stuff that I really like. That's storytelling, and that's entertaining using a game. And I come from a group of people, I think, that see video games as a media, like a very important media. What's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say revolution, but it's something new. And like even it's only been around. Like think about film. Film's been around for 100 years, and how it's changed so much. But it's kind of almost become like there's like an established like method. Like there's not a lot of change happening in film, whereas video games have like film was Nickelodeon biggest thing that would come for Nickelodeons would be sound integrated into the film. That would be the like film would like actual voice and everything. That's a major upgrade. Then would be color, and then from there it's just aspect ratio. Better image, better storytelling, and then CGI would be the biggest new one. Taking like instead of practical effects, special effects and CGI effects. That's like the major things. Whereas games, it's like it like change dimension changes in games in the course of, oh gosh, like 15 years. Like it goes from being 2D to being like 2.5D, you know, to 3D, and then you're walking in dimensions, and then it's just slowly starting to how do you go from 2D to like emulating real life? Like that's amazing. I think even creating new universes, new worlds in video games, that's more than just going from like having picture to having picture and sound. You know what I mean? Like that's major. And I think that where I'm going with this is that I see video games as it's a hobby, but I see it also as a way of telling stories that like they have in ways they haven't been told before. And one of the big things, the influences for me, was This Spartan Life, which was something you can all look it up right now. It's very hard to explain, but more or less it was a good guy I know, Chris Burke, who started a talk show in GameSpace, and he talked to people, all sorts of people who are interested in the future of media, and people like I think like the biggest person he probably ever had on there would be Malcolm McLaren, who was the guy who was the head man for the Sex Pistols, and then he had Bernie Burns, who is Red versus Blue, which Red versus Blue would be the epitome of what game media entertainment can become. It can become a worldwide phenomenon, national. Like it's just they went from making video game like machinima in a house every Thursday to having a company based around it. You know what I mean? To having animators, to having studios and movies and all that stuff. They went all the way. Like they're never like that stuff. That's just they're established and everything. And that all came from frickin' writing some funny stuff and sharing it. Like YouTube didn't even exist then. Like it's hard to imagine some of this stuff and how it got to be. And then I've already talked about how Let's Plays aren't even what they are now today. But now today, Let's Plays are something that anyone can do, and I think that is not a bad thing, not at all. I think that people sharing their experiences and sharing their knowledge about something are very beautiful things in some ways. I really think that, like, I see it kind of in the way where it is like if people make tutorial videos and everything, they're really gushing about a universe, and I'm the type of person who like respects anyone who spends a lot of time to understand a universe that is not their own, and how there can be experts on things that like don't even really exist except for in a virtual realm. And that's why I like it. It's just games can be in a virtual space for friends. It can be a entertainment space. It's just so fun. It's just such a fun thing, and sometimes it's less fun than real life or more fun than real life. You know, like Dark Souls, sometimes I feel like, wow, I could stand up right now, walk away from this, and really enjoy myself not playing this stupid game because fuck it. But some other times I'm like, this is beautiful. This is very well thought out. I wish real life was more like this place. And I think that's why people can stand watching someone play a video game. It's because they want to experience that. They want to be able to enjoy that and have fun with that person. And then another big part of Let's Plays, I think Let's Plays, it's 20% the game and then 80% the person, which I'm sorry that you guys have chosen me as your person to kind of watch things on. But I envision greater things for this channel if I can ever pull it off. Now that we're 9 minutes into my recap here talk, while things are, I must be past the gargoyles at this point. I have no idea. But for this channel to continue on in how I would hope it would be, becoming stagnant is a very real thing, especially when you're just playing games a lot. And I see this being more than that. I see this being something where we can do other things. I have big visions. I just the means to complete those visions requires a lot of work. You guys who have watched a lot of my videos probably know that I have a full-time job. This is a hobby. I've been trying to treat this more like a part-time thing almost like volunteer work because I'm getting nothing from it, and actually I've spent probably since I started this channel, not including the amount of money I've spent for equipment, excluding my computer from there, equipment to make this a thing, probably $200 for equipment. Probably spent about $100 in assorted fees and things, and so that doesn't include games and the like having a computer, like that's just not a part of it. So it's like, and over the years I've spent even more money just for fun as a hobby. But like as far as like this channel in particular goes, I'm already I'm in the negative. I'm not going to ask you for money. That's not where this is going. I'm just saying, for me to continue this, the best way for me to feel any reason to continue that is just to interact with you guys, and you guys are interacting, and I'm trying my best to to like answer any questions you have or talk to you guys. I can't respond to every single message because it would just I'd have to say the same thing over and over again a lot of the time. I just dropped my iPod. Sorry for moving away from the microphone there. I hope it's okay. It seems to be fine. But yeah, it's just there have already been times, even in these 3 months that I've done this, and for 3 months I'd actually say it's more like 4 months, because I probably made about 10 to 15 episodes of Dark Souls stuff before I released the first one. That way I can kind of get a feel for how everyone, and then it turned out very well, so I've kept working on it. Where was I going with this? Well, I know what my point is. The point is that if you guys really like this stuff, and you follow me like you have, and you've talked to me like you have, and you've responded as well as you have, that means that other people will probably like it too. Ultimately, is what I'm trying to get at. The thing is, with right now, how things are currently set up, it's very hard for people who are starting out to get any sort of attention. And I'm more or less I feel like I'm a piece of shit for doing it, but I'm posting my stuff a lot of places and everything. I feel like I've already posted way too much on our Dark Souls, but I keep doing it anyway. Some of those subreddits for Reddit actually don't like that being posted. So like for the Dead Space one, I can't even post it on their thing because they will remove me and put me on a wall of shame, which is because people don't like seeing that sometimes. I feel like the people really honestly feel as though Let's Plays are being overdone. And as someone who's doing it, and I can see other people doing it, because again, Reddit has been a very big part of like trying to get this all figured out, but I'm trying to make my own path while listening to everyone else making their own path. And I think a lot of people think there's a formula to it, and then if they do blank and they're entertaining and they spend all this money and they do all this stuff, that it's going to just fall into their lap and they're going to start making all this money. And it's not how it works. And the thing is ultimately, it's just, if you go into YouTube expecting to make money, then you're already it's a losing proposition. So I've never expected to make money off of YouTube, especially since I've been doing this for a decade now for fun, without really trying to get my name out there. And now here I am doing something completely new. It's kind of like if you were driving like all your life, and all of a sudden one day you're like, I want to now make my car really fast and I want to do projects with it, but you're like just a normal commuter, you don't know anything about cars, and then you start trying to do it, and then you're finding out all this stuff, you're spending all this money, and maybe it's breaking things, maybe it's not working, and you're just like, God, I don't know what I'm doing, what's going on, and why are all these, and it's like, you always feel like I can do that, I can get that done, and that's where I'm at. I feel like I can do this. It's just getting the resources that you need. And I forget if I've already mentioned the games I want to play. So just to say, games I definitely want to play on this are definitely all the Dark Souls, if I can. I don't know if I can. Dead Space, probably going to do all those. I hate the third one, because I couldn't even continue playing through Resident Evil 4. And then there's other ones I think that I can play. I think that to be interesting in this, you either have to know it. There's like a spectrum here. You have to know everything about the game, or you have to know nothing about the game for it to be entertaining. to me. So like right now, my sister knows nothing about Dead Space in our Civ Play series, which we had just started, and I know a lot. I almost know like I haven't played in a while, but if you guys haven't seen that, that's like the type of thing that'll start making this channel better. Is if I'm doing more things than just Dark Souls. Dark Souls is very important. I owe it all, more or less all the success. All is the Dark Souls community. But if I'm going to do anything else, the thing is, again, I'm not a Dark Souls player. I'm someone who's playing Dark Souls and enjoys it and thinks it's a great game and who can get angry at it and it's an opinion. You know, it's like the kind of, sometimes you don't really have to like do game reviews. You just gotta play the game and like just play through it and just be like, oh fuck this shit and god fucking damn it and all that stuff. And you know, and what I say, and they added in a couple fucks there, and you got exactly kind of what this series has been for me. And if I make all this other stuff, but no one watches it, then do I stop? Like, is that like that? No, well, that's not how it works. So, like, for example, the Undertale thing was getting under 10 views every time I was putting it out, and usually for my Dark Souls stuff, I can get you guys within day one. I'm saying for the Undertale stuff within a week, not even 10 views, but Dark Souls, 25 views within a day. So the math is wrong, obviously. So it's not, and I feel like I'm doing what I can, but I think that ultimately that's just because you guys watch for the Dark Souls thing. But I'd implore you to look at the other stuff, because if Dark Souls is my crutch, then it's a very weak crutch, because I'm not really good at that game. And I can do things so much better at other stuff. And like the Undertale thing, I was doing like voices out the wazoo like for the entire time, and it was a lot of work actually to just like come up with voices on the fly, and then I had to edit all of them. And it's more like an actual Let's Play, because I can, you know, be silly and just read stuff, and you're just kind of there, and we're all enjoying the story and everything. Whereas Dark Souls is just me going, fuck this stupid wolf with a sword in its mouth. So what I would ask of you guys, if you really enjoy watching my stuff, and if you've actually gotten 17 minutes and 20 seconds into this with me, that means that you might actually care. And if you do, good Lord, thank you. But watch my other things, comment on my other stuff. If you haven't played it before, especially, maybe we can all enjoy it together for our first time. I know for Undertale, it's the first time I played it. I actually stopped because you guys weren't watching it, and not you in particular. I stopped because people were not looking at it. And again, it's hard to get your stuff out there. So this is almost like a call to action to you guys. If you really enjoy my stuff, I'm going to keep on being a piece of shit and posting this everywhere I can. But I would also ask you to talk about it. You know, check out my new stuff. Say you don't like it. Say you like it. And give me some feedback, because that's where I get my drive, is knowing what you guys are like thinking and knowing what you guys want. I know you want Dark Souls, and I'm going to keep on giving you that as long as I can. But I got to do other things too, because I've spent 41 hours playing Dark Souls now, and it's all more or less been for this game. And you guys have probably seen a quarter or a third of that amount of time. And I mean, wow, that's a lot of time. Like that's, gosh, you know, like like how many hours a day do you spend doing that? Like how many days is that? Like maybe like 2 or 3 hours is dedicated to that. That's days of my life. I've literally almost 2 days of my life I've done that, because I want to have fun with you guys. It's ultimately this is for fun. And the thing is, it's a mental thing. Like you want to do stuff, and you don't care that people aren't seeing it, but you do secretly care that people aren't seeing it, because you're like, I want to know if I'm terrible, or if they just don't like it. And the thing is, like I can. You're your biggest critic. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to turn on my box there. It's just getting that's the big thing. People say all the time, when you like start this stuff out and you read about it, they're like, everyone says that Let's Play, it's an oversaturated market, but it really isn't. It's just being blah, 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 blah. But it really is. There are literally thousands and thousands of people doing the same thing I'm doing, and are in the same position I'm in. But how many thousands of those people are talking to you right now, like seeing like if we can do this as a team? Like I really envision so many things on top of just the playing the games. I have two major show ideas, like production value, needing money, cameras, all this stuff. I don't have that. I can't get that from just you guys subscribing either. It's just, I'm never gonna. I really don't feel comfortable asking you guys for money. That's just like where I'm at right now. It's just, I have 100 subscribers. What the fuck does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. Like 100 subscribers is more or less a drop in the bucket, and I'd say about 80% of those are from people who watched the first like 3 episodes of what I did, and then everyone else who's come from after those 3 episodes have stuck around. You are the people that like actually make things happen. You are the people who comment every single time. You're the people who are really offering good insight and who are interested with the outcome. And that's amazing to me. And that's the type of stuff, like, I remember the in-between episodes this is actually probably a really good example of this. When I was facing the Capra Demon, I actually really just I was considering that it was probably over for that episode. I thought the Capra Demon, I was going to put over the entire episode Band of Horses, The Funeral, as the song over it, and I was like, I don't even care that I couldn't even monetize this if I wanted to. This is it. This is a funeral. This is the end of the series, and no one's going to keep watching this anymore because everyone's only interested in this, and I'm only doing this at that point in time. Maybe Undertale, but no one's watching it, as we've already established. Which, by the way, it's back. You can go watch that. You feel free to go ahead and watch. There's already a playlist set up and everything. Here it is. I'm probably showing it to you right now. But the thing is, I did beat it. That was the closest I've ever caught up to myself without having to like have episodes released, and that was the closest I ever came to missing. You have to set deadlines for yourself when you do this. That was the closest I ever came to missing a deadline, and I beat it. And in the meantime, I had been able to hear all of your responses where you were all saying, "Don't go hollow. We want you to do it." And it's like, that was like a cheering, like everyone's like, usually, because the thing is like, everyone's like, "Fuck, why are you missing this? Ah, it's right there, blah, 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 blah." But this time you were like, no, you can do it. Just hold on. It's going to be okay. And I was just like, fuck. If that is what this channel is like, where everyone talks about things when it's relatively normal or when it's silly or funny or when I'm having issues and stuff like that, that's cool. But when I'm really discouraged, that's the type of shit I hear, then I could do this always. I could always do this. That's awesome. Like, and there's maybe like a couple, it's not even probably like not even a dozen people. That's awesome. So what do I want to do then? I want to keep doing it. And the thing is, to keep doing it, I need to find ways to make it work. And there are things I want to do, and there are major projects I want to get done. And the only way I can do that is to keep doing it. And the only way to keep doing it is to have more and more people come and check out the channel and to see what we're doing. And then I can have more people comment, because I have to do majority of this by myself right now. I can't ask people to come on to a major, I'm like, I have this major project, and then no one's watching it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't make a ABC Family original special, The Johnsons Go to Birmingham. You know what I mean? Like, that shit doesn't happen, and then no one watches it, and then they're like, well, why did we spend $100 million making this shitty show if no one's watching it? Or the thing is, it doesn't even have to be a shitty show. It could be, why are we making all this money for this great thing if no one's watching it? And the thing is, that's what YouTube is. It's just, you need people, or else all the work goes down the drain. Because there are fantastic things on YouTube that are probably way better than all the stuff you're seeing, and there's just 10 views on it. You know what I mean? That's like how that shit works. It's because with algorithms and advertisement and networks and blah 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 blah, all that stuff can't get out. And so here we are, all sitting in the back, just throwing pieces of paper up at the front of the class, hoping that it just hits the teacher in the head, and everyone looks back and see who the fuck did it. And then when they look back, they're not even sure who did it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that stuff happens. And then there's people stealing content, apparently, and there's you can't make a reaction video. I don't even understand what the hell's going on there. But point is, this is doable. This is totally doable for a lot of people. And the more people watch those people, the more they're going to be able to do. And that's what I'm asking you guys. Just tell your friends. That's, if you told 2 friends and they told 2 friends, that's 8 people. If half of those people subscribe, that's 4 subscribers. And the thing is, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And then you have another 100 subscribers from telling 2 people to tell 2 people. You know what I mean? Like, that's how this sort of thing works in the beginning for me. Like, that's the only way I can see it happening, because, again, people don't want people. I really think people don't want people to be successful for playing games. But I'm not trying to be successful for playing games. I'm trying to play games while also trying to make successful content and videos and movies and shit like that. And the game thing just happens to be the theme. It's a theme. It's not like a, like, I'm trying to look for the word, and it's just, theming is very important for what I'm trying to do. It's video game related. It's not trying to piggyback on, a little bit, but let's be honest. Like, you don't make a Let's Play channel because you can animate and you just, you know what I mean? Like, you play a game because it's there, it's simple. That's that's a big reason why there are people out there who don't look at this as an actual thing. They look at it more like a moneymaker. I don't look at this as a moneymaker. You kidding me? I haven't seen a cent. I am negative. I have a list of things that I need to buy to make larger, better content. And I can't get that at all because I have a full-time job that doesn't pay enough for this time. It's a hobby, and you need to, gosh, I can list to you guys just off the top of my head the things that I need to get that I'm not going to ask for help paying for from you guys, because the only way I'd feel comfortable with that is if I had 500 or 1,000 subscribers that were actually actively, involved. Maybe then I'd ask if you guys would feel like, do you want to fund a premixer that will cost me $60 to get? And then that way we can have multiple, mic setups for multiple groups of people, stuff like that. Or can we get a new boom or something like that? Because I think this is going to be word of mouth from word of mouth. The thing is, someone at the Yogscast, again, people I don't follow but I'm aware of, but they said that if one person watched all their videos and clicked on all the ads and everything for an entire year, they would make the same amount of money from that one person if they just bought a T-shirt. You know what I mean? That's profound. Sometimes it's not even the videos that make you money and stuff like this. It's other things. It's getting to make major things is because people buy a shirt. You know what I mean? It's merchandising. It's business. I'm not a businessman. I just know what I want to do. I know I want to make videos. I know I want you guys to enjoy it with me, and I want to have fun doing it. That's the ultimate thing. There's work, obviously. You got to sit down for 2 hours and edit 1 million freaking episodes. But that's nothing. That's nothing. I would do that for the rest of my life if I could. It's just tough. It's tough to do this stuff. So we're coming up on 30 minutes, and I suppose for a 30 episode recap, I guess that makes sense. So I'll try and wrap it up then in a minute here, so we can kind of just be all on the same page for anyone who's watched this far. Thank you for watching this. You guys are what makes this channel worthwhile. Tell everyone else about the channel. That's how we can make it more worthwhile. Watch everything I do. Even if you just watch it through, decide if you like it, and if you don't like it, don't watch it anymore. But give it a chance, give me a chance to, entertain you in different ways. We'll keep playing Dark Souls, we'll play Dead Space, we'll play Resident Evil 4, we'll play a couple other things if I can think. There'll probably be more one-offs that'll be a lot easier for me to make in that amount of time if I can't get certain episodes out. but we're doing okay. I'm doing fine. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching this all the way through. Thanks for watching 30 episodes of the Dark Souls solo play. We're going places. We just need to let people know that we're going places. You guys have been awesome. Stick around for another 30 episodes. Watch our other stuff. I'm Troy, signing off for this recap. We'll see you next time.